Good morning, Mr. Tilt. This is Paul Cundiff. Zach's running the camera, and Zach and I have been laying your interior out, and found an interesting clue as we pulled the backing off of the plywood, and discovered that well, first of all, originally we have found that you actually had probably a veneered back that was varnished. So your front seat back appears to have been originally a piece of veneered plywood with the ribbon stripe veneer, and as opposed to being covered. Now the last one we did, this was covered with vinyl, and instead of having plywood for the seat backs, these were they were 1x8 pine pieces. So 1x12 and 1x8 pine fastened together. So I was a little surprised to see plywood to begin with, but this does look like it was original. You can see where this front seat back went up against the arch, and that was varnished. And so our question about your front seat back is, do you want to follow the hints that look like that maybe somebody got a varnished seat back? And the cost impact to that is that the plywood is $175, and the shipping is going to be $150. So we're looking at a $400 sheet of plywood by the time we get it here to make your seat back out of plywood. If we just did this in 1/2-inch marine and we covered the seat back with the red Russell Lloyd upholstery, then that cost is really going to be about $100 or $150 to make that. And I just told you the cost of the materials before. I didn't on the $500 for the seat back. That's just the cost of materials. That's not any labor. That's not any time for varnishing, staining and varnishing, staining, sealing and varnishing. So the cost of doing the seat back like we think it was done originally would be no less than $500, no more than $1,000, probably in the $600-700 range. But so there's going to be an incremental cost because we can't, of course, reuse this. The other thing that came up, of course, and when we talk about the seat back as well back here, if you want this to be authentic, the 41 that we did had an unmolested interior, and it had pine boards back here that were fastened together with battens, and then, of course, the battens didn't show from the backside. The battens were actually covered by the padding. So the question is, do you want us to just do this authentic, or do you want us to go ahead and use plywood? Plywood versus the wood, there's no really difference in cost for the seat back, for this particular seat back. No difference in the cost as to whether we do plywood or whether we do the pine boards. It's just a matter of accuracy. Right here, it's kind of sort of a matter of accuracy, but again, the one that we did earlier had a vinyl covered back and did not have the veneer. So, but this sure looks like you originally had veneer, and that would have been varnished. Okay, then the next question, the next issue is that these cushions are in such bad shape, we really need to go ahead and get some measurements from you of your seat bottoms. Zach's going to do another little video to show you what he's looking for there, but we're not going to be able to use these for patterns. And it looks like we're missing a cushion in back. No matter how we put these cushions together, we're missing a cushion, and you should have had 3 cushions in back and 2 cushions in front. That was the way the other boat was done. That we've done exactly the same model of your boat, and that had an unmolested interior, and it was 3 cushions in back, 2 in the front. So anyway, we got the material in. Was it yesterday or the day before?
Yesterday.
And so we're moving. Here's your red Russell Lloyd material, and we're moving ahead on with all the details and everything. Now we're we're ready to roll on this guy. So just we'll get together and we'll make some decisions, and we can move forward.
All right, John, I'm going to insert a couple pictures here to let you see what we're talking about, varnished versus covered in vinyl. Another point that I want to bring up is, what do you want to fill the cushions with? Do you want foam or do you want KPOP? KPOP would be original, so we just need to know your preference there. And like I said, I'll insert another little clip here of the measurements that we need from you.
Just another note versus foam and KPOP. If you're going to be judged, I would suggest, and you want to be judged, I would suggest going with KPOP. And it's a lumpy ass cushion, and it looks crappy, but that's the way it was done. Those are KPOP. That's the way it was done originally. And so if you're in a judge situation, they're gonna, with just as quickly as you picked up on it, they're gonna know if your cushions have KPOP in them or if you have foam in them, flotation foam. The KPOP is a plant silk. We got any of that?
That big box right there. In this KPOP right here?
No, but I got some KPOP bags. So these might look familiar from old style, but it's a plant silk type material. Maybe that is KPOP in there. But anyway, and we put them in plastic bags. In your year, it actually would have been in muslin bags. So we can use, but that was your flotation. So we can use KPOP or we can use flotation foam. But again, if you're going to be judged, you need to use KPOP.
All right, John, so here's the dimensions that we're needing you to measure. We need you to measure the seat bottom, essentially all four sides. It'll be a trapezoidal shape. And we understand that, but that way we can get the cushions to match your interior the way that they're supposed to. This is the back cockpit of a boat we're working on, but it serves the purpose. So we need you to measure that side, the front from corner to inside corner, and then measure that side and then the back. That way we can have the dimensions of how the cushions need to be. And like I said, I'll insert here some photos of the varnished seat back and the vinyl seat back, just so you can kind of get an idea of how they will look, and you can let us know what your preference is.